Hello everyone and welcome to today's Stocks and Crypto YouTube Charts video. I am No FOMO Charts. Today is Sunday, December 28, 2025. It's the last week of 2025. It's about 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Let's get into it. This week, stock earnings releases. There are less companies reporting earnings due to the holiday week. There is some economic data coming out. We have pending home sales, FOMC meeting minutes and unemployment claims, and one FOMC member's speech. Recent news, the most important I would say, in my opinion, USA stock market is closed on Thursday, January 1, 2026 for New Year's Day holiday. Chart events, S&P 500 ETF and NASDAQ ETF both. Price rally to retest the all-time high price resistance zone. Volume, however, has declined. NASDAQ QQQ ETF actually inside of a symmetrical triangle formation right now. Bitcoin and Ethereum prices still consolidating above $87,000 support. Momentum is slowly forming. Price is still downtrending beneath EMA resistances long term. Ethereum price is still consolidating above $2,800 support. Momentum is slowly forming, and price is downtrending still beneath the EMA resistances. Let's look at those four charts for today's video. Welcome everyone. Let's start with stocks. SPY S&P 500 ETF. This is what I'm saying. The price, we rallied off that bottom, rallied back up. The bottom was 671 relative bottom. Now we're testing 691. But the problem is that I'm seeing is we made 3 touch points on resistance, and long term we have 2 touch points on support on the bottom side. Still in this rising wedge type of pattern, but from experience, the stochastic RSI, the momentum is starting to get into that upper zone. The RSI is not overbought, losing a little bit of momentum. There is some momentum building on the MACD, however. So the fact that we're right at the resistance on the daily chart, weekly chart, we're starting to see some momentum loss on the RSI. The 4-hour chart, we're starting to see some momentum coming back down on the 4-hour chart. So as a swing trader, this is not my ideal entry because I like cheaper price entries. I like crash entries, momentum entries, such as November 20th or even December 20th if somebody's aggressive and they want to keep trading this market, right? Last time we said there's that 4-hour upside down head and shoulders and then it goes up. But right now I'm seeing the opposite. I'm seeing overbought conditions, and it could be a very, very small, tiny dip before a continuation. So it's not the end of the world here on the charts. We're just at resistance right now. Just make it simple. QQQ ETF, NASDAQ ETF is slightly different. Resistance trend line being tested 3 times on the top side. We have a support trend line on the bottom side, essentially. Tightening price going sideways for now. We have mixed belief about, is the AI rally over? Yes or no? For me, my interpretation is it's all about earnings in just a couple of weeks. All about earnings for the entire stock market and economic data. We're in holiday mode right now, just for one more week. But NASDAQ resistance at 625, it could easily pull back down to 614 or even retest this 596 if it's really bad. But on a weekly chart, still potentially yellow light for me, meaning there could be a potential resistance at 628, double top area. On the 4-hour chart, tightening up, but in terms of the stochastic go from low to high, we're in the high zone right now. So I'd like to see a little bit of a reset. It might not crash, however, only on really bearish news. So right now, I'm just calling it resistance for QQQ zone. I do want to point out just very quickly, gold in a great rally, but it is starting to get an overbought zone. However, gold is different, does not always react to technicals. Perhaps we should start looking at the Bollinger Band linear regression zone. So the last time gold really poked out of this blue line, That has not happened again. So perhaps maybe if gold even reaches the 430 to 435 zone, then we might have that extreme crash. May or may not happen. It's already riding the top side of that Bollinger Band. And perhaps we need to see like a double top on the RSI or a weakening of momentum, which is not happening. So I'm expecting the gold rally to continue. Silver had a just incredible breakout rally after Thanksgiving. People get really excited about precious metals because it has to do with, in my opinion, interest rates getting cut and then the liquidity going into other assets and just a breakout setup. Momentum's building, right? We bounced off of that November 21 zone and wonderful rally, but it is outside that linear regression. So I'm a little suspicious of this. A little suspicious here of silver just going sky high like that. Very overbought on the weekly. At some point, it'll come down. I'm not going to time that exactly, however. Let's go to crypto total market cap, the good and the bad of total crypto market cap. Let's start the good first because holiday, don't want to ruin somebody's holiday. The good is we're coiling up, we're going sideways here. I do like that formation. The most recent good is that right on Christmas, we had a higher low in the price. Okay, great. We have not had that since after Thanksgiving in Thursday of Thanksgiving in that week, November. So that's what I'm saying in terms of we have higher low, higher low. So are we going to break out? It's actually possible. My W double bottom long-term chart idea still could come true. We could break out shorts who are getting a little bit too confident with shorting here. Once when the price goes above the 20 EMA 50, then we might have this big explosive breakout to test the 200 EMA again. So beware of $3 trillion resistance about to be broken. It's right at 2.99. Let's go to Bitcoin. Bitcoin, very similar idea. Higher low on the price. Higher low on the price. We're still holding above 87,000, having a little bit of a green rally right now. If you look at some altcoins, a little bit of a green reaction. So if we continue to break through 90,000, that's why my target is still 95,000. This entire square, I'm going to call it, this square of price, we know it's plus or minus 10%. If it goes up 5 more percent, 5 to 7%, that's $92,000 to $95,000 crypto. Watch out for the short squeeze if it does that. I'm just going to say the risk, if I was forced to, this is not financial advice, not financial advice. But if I had to just randomly buy Bitcoin right now, this is mentally how I would do it. Put a 5% to 7% stop loss on the bottom side here, which is a lot. If we want to do exactly 3,200, the stop loss right now is about 4%. So 4% stop loss to downside, 8% target to the upside. $97,000 Bitcoin, and then wait, I'm going to have to let it cook, let it wait for 30 days to 45 days. That's swing trading. It's slow and boring. But being correct on the direction is everything. So on the weekly chart, I like this potential. It's not quite a W, but I like that it's consolidating to the side right now. Some momentum starting to build. The double momentum that I'm saying starting to build is this squeeze that I'm seeing here. MACD as well. These charts are very sensitive to the price. On a 4-hour, we can see it's almost a trend change, right? We went from downtrend, I'm not looking at oscillators, downtrend to consolidation. That's the greatest scenario we can wish for bulls in this holiday season, right? What would be a nightmare for bulls is if we just kept crashing nonstop. It has happened before, happened last year. So want to watch out for that. When I say watch out, it's just meaning we have to be above $85,000 Bitcoin. If we never go below that for 3 months, then I'm actually bullish on Bitcoin because if we have one of these setups, pull up the linear regression, wow, very steep angle to the downside. So I'm going to say institutions holding up the Bitcoin purchasing price right now. Last chart for today, Ethereum USD. We are still in a death cross for both Ethereum and Bitcoin as well. The price has been downtrending, but we're in the early stages of a potential trend reversal or potential bullish bounce. Because if we keep holding above 2,700, 2,800 Ethereum support on the bottom side, and we're not going to go down below that for 3 months, I'm thinking we're going to see more green, at least retest the EMAs, and then the shorts, the bears have a decision if they're going to try to crash it again and sell off or not. But I like this W that I'm seeing, a larger pattern that right now, if I was forced to buy a personal account, let's just say it's a $300 move, double ATR, so 10% stop loss, 20% on a small to medium sized position. I could even shrink that down to 15% or 10% if I want to be conservative, and then just let it go. Even though we have the death cross looming upon us, trading is still like that for me, depending on the situation. 4 hour, I like that the downtrending price went sideways. Good, very good for now. Just remember, anything is possible. However, chart prices are not the final decision for the market. It's just looking at the price and volume as well. So I just want to point that out to people. Thank you for watching this video. If you like this video, consider subscribing, click like, turn notification bell on, share this video with your friends. Hope you have a nice, happy, and healthy new year. And I will see you in 2026 in the next video. Thank you for watching. See you next time.